that assist every project. Officials Terry Carter, Misty Porter, and Zane Gary, as Brooklyn Gibson will be jumping up against Macy Wright, and they'll throw it up one more time. Yep. As it got stuck there in the circle after the tip, and now they're good to go. And this one is picked up by Madisonville's Brianne Johnson. D. Patrick Ford, Scotty, presents our keys to the game. What are the keys for a Lady Colonels win over Madisonville?
Pick the tempo up for sure. Turnovers, want to turn them over 25-plus time. Make a statement in the region, starting with the next 4 games. Madisonville line, Western Union.
Riley Sword over on the right side to Macy Wright. Now Wright into the lane, kicks it out left side to Brianne Johnson, and she gives it back up to Wright. Cross-court pass right side with the basketball is Carney. Now Wright from the left wing to the rack, puts it up, no good. Rebound being tapped around. Kanzler has it for Henderson.
Good job by Wright out to tip it over there to her.
Green with the basketball for the Lady Colonels, gives it up to Wright out. Brooklyn Gibson's first touch out high right. And it's on the baseline, knocked away out of bounds by Madisonville's Wright. And it will stay with the Lady Colonels as Green will play it in baseline right. Underneath their own basket, gets it into Kemp. Near the right elbow. Kemp had it knocked away from behind, got it back. And now gets it out to Brooklyn Gibson.
2-3 zone by the Lady Maroons.
Kemp tied up near the top of the key. It'll be a jump ball. And on the arrow, it'll stay with Henderson County as Carney able to get inside of Kemp. Kind of near her feet to tie up that basketball. And it'll stay with the Lady Colonels as Green will play it in. And try to get into Kemp again. The pass a bit too tall. And it'll be an over and back violation against the Lady Colonels. An early turnover for Henderson.
Rough offensive start there in that first possession.
Addie Gish, Lady Colonel point guard, normally a starter, but giving way to the senior Kanzler tonight on senior night, so don't have their normal starting 5 out there. No excuse on
but a 5 that have played a lot
right,
together.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, not to make excuses, but
we love our Gish, we love our Bear, but she's in foul trouble some games, so you know.
With the basketball, Johnson on the left elbow, trying to kick it to Sword. It's thrown away by Talia Green, and Green with the left hand missed a layup on the other end, rebounded by Sword. Pass up the floor to Nelson. Nelson in the paint from the left wing, off the glass, no good, and Kemp clears it off for Henderson.
Boy, both these teams are shooting horrible. Of course, we've only shot 1 shot, but it was a wide open layup.
Right out left elbow to Kemp on the baseline. Kicks it back out to Green. Straight away for Italia. Bounces to Kemp. Left elbow jumper. Good.
There we go.
Nelson with the basketball. Right side of Carney. Now she gives it up to Johnson. Now Sword deep 3. Left side on the way. Good. Riley Sword in her senior year shooting just 28% from 3, but drilled that one to give Madisonville an early 3-2 lead. Into the corner, Kanzler. She has an open look. Her 3 on the way. That's a bit short, no good. Chased down her own rebound, though. And a second chance for the Lady Colonels. Here's Green, 15-footer, left elbow, good. Italia knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, that's going to be there all night long, that little elbow shot against this zone defense.
Nelson back to Sword. Deep in her own territory. Now back to Nelson. Now she gets it across the timeline right side to Johnson. Johnson picked up by Green. Back to Nelson just in front of the jump circle. Madisonville in their road grays with maroon numerals trimmed in white. Lady Colonels in their home whites, maroon numerals trimmed in gray. Sword right side to Carney. Now she gives it up to Wright. Tough shot left side, no good. Rebounded by Wright out for Henderson. 4:40 to play, opening period, 4-3 Henderson. Right out, fakes the jumper, now into the paint from 8. Good move, puts it up and in. 3 different Lady Colonels have scored, 6-3. Oh, a double dribble, yeah, double dribble called on Carney on the other end. And it's Madisonville's second turnover.
There you go. want to turn these young ladies over a lot. Sward's really their best ball handler, best shooter. They should be able to get some big-time turnovers.
Addie Gish into the game for Henderson as Green checks out.
You know, it's a little bit of a problem this year, though. We get a lot of turnovers, but we don't get the points off the turnovers.
Gibson gets it a right out. Kanzler in the right corner. 3 on the way. No good, a bit strong. Rebounded by Gibson, puts it back up and in.
Killing them on the glass here early, 5-1.
8-3 Henderson, 4 minutes to play. And his first quarter.
Ooh.
And now Kemp has a steal, took it away from Nelson. Over to Gibson, who puts it up and in, and a timeout, Madisonville. 3:52 to go in the first. It is Henderson 10, Madisonville 3. Our game tonight being brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory. .352 to play opening quarter. 10-3 Lady Colonels. And now Madisonville having trouble getting it in, finally due to Nelson. Nelson got away with a double dribble, has it up the floor, gets in the right corner to Sword. 3 on the way. That one's off the mark, no good. And a rebound is out of bounds. Last touch by Henderson as Kanzler tried to chase it down, could not, and to stay with Madisonville. Inbounds comes into the backcourt to Sword. As she brings it across, gets it over to Macy Wright. Wright hands off to Johnson. And now a traveling called in the corner on Nelson. 4 turnovers here early for Madisonville.
Only right that we got that one back after there was a plain double dribble. Just none of the refs could see it at their ankle.
10-3 Henderson, and a little pressure here in the backcourt from Madisonville. Gish up the floor to Kanzler. Middle of the floor now to Kemp. Down low to right out. Easy bucket. Lady Colonels worked that perfectly.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to press the Lady Colonels.
12-3 Henderson. Inbounds comes into right near half court. Kemp on her into that left corner. Right now into the paint. Puts it up and strong move. Couldn't finish. Got her own rebound though. Good job to stay with it. And a second chance for Madisonville.
That's where it helps when you play teams like George Rogers Clark. They press you in Franklin. They press you like crazy. Well, no offense, but the second region doesn't have those kind of athletes. So if you can beat their press, you can beat anybody in the second region.
Nelson driving left side. She lays it up and in. Nice drive from Taylor Nelson.
No help side defense. Kind of fell asleep on that one.
Gibson, middle of the floor to Kemp. Anna bobbled the pass, but gets it back to Gibson. Now Kanzler on that right side. Down low, it's Kemp from 8 feet. Good, middle of the lane. Kemp with 4. Up the floor with the basketball, Carney. Carney backing down on right out. Gets it right side, a long 2 for Johnson, won't go. And the rebound out of bounds off of Henderson to stay with Madison. Green returns for Henderson as Gibson checks out. 14-5. As the inbounds comes in. With the basketball is Carney. Gives it up to Johnson. Johnson's going to hand off to Sword, right wing for her. Dish out on Sword with 2 minutes to play in the first. 14-5 Henderson. Sword out high right. Hands it off to Macy Wright. Carney was bumped, tried to hand off to Sword, but Rideout has the steal. A 14-footer straight away for Allison, won't go. Gish, good job, saved it in off of Nelson to be Lady Colonels basketball.
Great save.
So Addie with the rebound there. And she'll play it in baseline left. Bailey Bryant in for the first time for Madisonville. Kanzler off the inbounds, right side to Kemp, puts it up off the glass. A Farmer's bank shot. for Anna Kemp. Farmers Bank thinks long term. Always have, always will. See how that makes all the difference at Farmers Bank, 1555 South Green Street in Henderson. Madisonville, meanwhile, loses possession. It's a steal by Green. Shot up, got her own rebound. No good, but gave it to Gish, who put it up and in.
I like that possession prior. Great ball fake by Kansler. She drives, hits the wide open Lady Colonel.
18-5 Henderson. Macy Wright driving left side of the rack. Shot on right out, no good, but Allison bumped her. And a couple free throws coming up for Macy Wright as the first foul of the game goes on right out. Macy Wright, 5'7" sophomore, a 75% free throw shooter, her first good. Gibson returns for Henderson as Rideout checks out.
Well, like to say, though, it's probably a smart move by Coach Duval to try to press. Why not? Because then in the regional tournament, if you can or if you can't.
Second free throw coming up. Missed that one. Rebounded by Gibson for Henderson. And Green lost it on the far sideline. I couldn't tell if it was pass over there. She may have stepped on the far sideline, so it's turnover number 2 for Henderson. Couldn't exactly see what happened there.
I didn't either.
Yep.
No, I think she just lost it.
And here's Kansas still in the inbounds. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Nelson. And now Madisonville will take a timeout. 56 seconds to go in the first. It's Henderson 18, Madisonville 6. Our game being brought to you by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory. .56 seconds left in the opening quarter. Henderson County 18, Madisonville 6. We'll have Henderson-Madisonville again tomorrow, but on the boys' side at Madisonville. That'll be a 7:30 tip here on WSON. Nelson, the left corner, out to Sword. Fires it inside. Now Nelson, wide open three, left corner, good. Taylor Nelson, a 41% three-point shooter, best on the team. A good look and drained it in the corner. Good play out of the timeout, 18-9. Cuts the Henderson lead in half. Kemp to Gish, left side for Addy, down low to Gibson on the block. Cutting Anna Kemp off the glass of the left hand, it won't go. Rebound being tapped around, and it's tapped out to Green. Lady Colonels a second chance at it. Kemp in the left corner. Holds it over her head, back out to Green. Italia goes inside to Gish, had it knocked away, loose ball, and it is out of bounds off of Henderson. Locker into the game for Henderson County. She's in for Kemp. So Janila seeing her first action tonight. Final 3 seconds. Sword, a 35-footer air ball at the buzzer. After one, it is Henderson County 18, Madisonville 9. Back after this from ATA on WSON.
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind. See them at their new location, 1480 South Green Street.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Got every player back from last year.
Colonels will play at Madisonville Monday and then be at Madisonville tomorrow and be home Monday against Lyon County. Big boys matchup next week before they get back into some district play. Madisonville try to get it inside on the baseline down into Bryant, and she couldn't handle the pass. It goes out of bounds. Turnover number 8 for the Maroons.
The boys are going to play 2, 3, 4 in their RPI in the region.
Here's Gish, right side. Nice move off the right block. Eddie puts it up and in for the Farmers bank shot.
Like to see that nice move. Confident one-hander.
With the basketball, Johnson into the right corner, picked up by Gibson. Now out to Nelson. Sword now out high left with it. 35 feet from the basket. Now dribbles that left wing. Fires it back to Johnson straight away. Johnson fires a 3. It's off the mark, no good. And a rebound into the hands of Gish. Bryant had it momentarily, but never quite had it in. Addy there for the rebound. Gets it off to Locker. Gish in the paint, kick it out to Green. Back to Gish straight away at the high post. Driving in, Addy off the glass, no good. Rebound being tapped around. Gibson has it and hooks a pass under to Rideout, and she's tied up. It'll stay with Henderson.
I see Rideout grab that ball on that rebound, though. She had it. Luckily, they tipped it out of her hands right to Gibson.
Gish to play it in. Into Gibson. Rideout now at the high post. Locker 3 left side on the way. WB 3 for Janiyah Locker. Now 4 of 10 from 3 this season.
They just left her wide open. She had a couple in the JV game.
Carney gives it up to Wright straight away for Macy Wright. Driving left side, reach-in foul called on Gibson. Brooklyn picks up her first. And the first on the Lady Colonels. Anna Kemp set to return for Henderson. Kemp's in for Locker. On the baseline, Wright kind of tried to work on the baseline, ended up dribbling out of bounds for the 9th Madisonville turnover.
You remember that play? Franklin ran that play against us, and they scored about 6 points off that play right there. Good job. Good defense that time. We cut that thing off.
Gish bounces to Rideout. Allison, 12-footer in the paint, no good. Rebounded by Wright, and she had it deflected out of bounds by Green to stay with Madisonville. (23-9) Henderson. 6 minutes to go in the third. Carney up the floor for Madisonville. Kick out left side. Nelson a 3 on the way. That one's off the mark, no good. And a rebound is loose. Last touch by Henderson to stay with Madisonville.
Hey. Seems like we're having a hard time just grabbing the ball. Like our hands are slick or something.
Sword to play it in. Baseline left underneath her own basket. A little bit more toward the corner. Fires it in to Carney. Carney right corner. To Bryant on the right block. Puts it up. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Gibson for Henderson. Off to Addie Gish.
There you go.
Good pass to Rideout. Wide open on the left block, and an easy bucket for Rideout on the assist for Gish. Nelson in the backcourt against the Henderson pressure. As Gibson and Green on her. She gets it across now, picks it up in a tough spot. Gish knocked it away, picked up by Green. Lady Colonels had the steal. Italia off the glass and in. Green with 4, 27-9 Henderson. Sword off to Nelson. Nelson into the paint, and she's fouled on her way to the basket. Threw it up, and we'll have a couple free throws. As the foul whistled on Kemp, her first and second on Henderson. Free throw for Nelson, good. Nelson with 6 points to lead the Maroons. Gish checks out for Henderson as Kanzler returns. Second free throw, got them both. (27-11) Henderson with just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. With the basketball, Kemp. Anna into the paint, 10-footer, off the back rim, no good. And a rebound loose, and it's finally tracked down by Carney. Carney off to Macy Wright, the sophomore. Wright with the junior Gibson on her. Try to get it right side of Sword, stolen away by Kemp. Good job by Anna. Straight away for her, off to right out, left side, off the glass, a little short, no good, couldn't finish. Rebounded by Wright.
Oh, wow.
Stolen away, and a nice pass. Green finds right out on the inside for a basket.
Well, they're passing it well tonight.
Yep, 29-11 Henderson. 4:05 to play in this first half. Bryant with it. 25 feet from the basket. Gives it up to Macy Wright. Now Carney working on Kemp. Kemp went down low to tie her up, and I believe she did. Good play. And on the arrow, it goes to Henderson. Locker back in as Gibson checks out for Henderson. .345 to go in the half. 29-11. Lady Colonels up big. Locker inside to Kemp. Good pass, and Anna fouled hard from behind by Carney. First foul on Madisonville, and Kemp will head to the line for two.
And just 4 fouls so far total.
Second free throw. First 2 free throws here for Kemp as she misses her first. The Employment Solutions Division of ATA can help you manage your company's most valuable assets, your people. From hire to retire, ATA helps their clients with human resources, professional development, and more. ATA, amplifying your business beyond accounting. Kemp gets 1 of 2, and now Nelson throws the basketball. No one was near that.
Oh, my gosh,
Green
Greg.
just comes and takes it in the backcourt.
Here we go.
Underneath the Kanzler, missed a bunny. Rashaya got her own rebound, put it back up, partially blocked, and it's rebounded by Carney. Up the floor, and a layup on the other end for Bryant. 4 points off the bench for Madisonville.
4-point swing off of a bad turnover by them. They put that ball in the hole.
Green driving right side, cut off on the baseline. Right out of 3 now. WB 3 for Allison Rideout from the right side. 3-pointers brought to you by a former Colonel, now your local Edward Jones investment advisor, Walker Bruner. Bryant backing down on Rideout. Her shot no good. And Bryant chases down her own rebound. Try to get it inside to Johnson. Now a loose ball on the floor and a tie-up. This one will stay with Madisonville. With 2:43 remaining in the half, Gish is going to check back in for Henderson. And she's into the game for Green. Inbounds comes out front to Bryant. Hands it off to Sword. Sword out high right. And she's going to fire a 3. It's off the front rim, off the glass and in. Sword's second 3-pointer, accounting for all 6 points. Gish with it for Henderson County, left side to Locker on the perimeter for Janiyah. Now out to Rideout. Addie Gish, right wing. Down low to Rideout. Tough angle underneath the basket, and it is knocked out of bounds by Johnson. It will stay with Henderson. Gibson coming back into the game as Locker checks out. Inbounds to Kanzler, 3 on the way for Rashaya, no good. And a rebound into the hands of Carney for Madisonville. Up the floor to Nelson. Nelson out high right with it, gets it to Sword. 33-16 Henderson, minute 45 to go in the half. Sword had it knocked away by Kanzler, loose ball, Sword gets it back. Into the hands of Carney, now down low Bryant, trying to back down on right out, turns, faces, try to get it back to Bryant, picked up by Nelson after a near over and back. And now to Sword. Sword to Bryant, right side, puts it up, no good, rebounded by Rideout for Henderson. Gish fires up the floor to Gibson. Back to Gish, 13-footer, just inside the lane, no good for Gish, rebounded by Gibson, back up and in.
5 boards, 6 points for Gibson. I don't think she shot a jumper yet. All of them been layups.
They had something on the floor, so officials stopped play for that. (35-16), minute 2 left to go here in the half. Madisonville basketball, Lady Colonels the big lead here in this opening half. Carney picks up the ball, close to a 5 count. Sword, reverse layup, good, wow. Off balance, but reverse layup, good for Riley Sword. She has 8. 35-18. Kemp to Gibson, off the glass for Brooklyn, up and in. Gibson with 8. Johnson spins on Gibson, went down and loses it out of bounds. It goes to Henderson. Coach Chef Duvall wanted a foul there, didn't get it as Johnson a little slow to get up, and she's not quite up yet. She may have kind of turned an ankle down there with 22 seconds left. As Johnson to her feet now, but in some pain, not putting a whole lot of weight on her right foot. May have turned or twisted that ankle, and she's actually going to be carried off the floor. (22 seconds for the Lady Colonels, leading 37-18. Right out on the perimeter to Gish with 9 seconds. Addy penetrating in to right out underneath. Kick out to Gibson, 3 for Brooklyn, left side. Long off the rim, and that is the end of the first half. Scott Stone with Coach Stephen Hale. Lady Colonels up 37-18.
Coach, observation of the first half.
We played pretty well. We need to get a little tighter on them on our press. We're letting them catch the ball and look down floor. I'd like us to get a little tighter, and then I'd like to be stronger with the ball under the basket. We've let a couple close ones go where we should have had layups. So, we've cleaned those things up. Be a happier coach.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck second half.
That's the head coach of the Lady Colonels, Stephen Hale. Henderson County goes in the locker room with a 37-18 lead on Madisonville. Stay tuned for Colonels at the half. Coming up next year on WSON, we'll have halftime scoring and stats and an interview with one of the partners at ATA CPAs in downtown Henderson. Again, your halftime score, Henderson County 37, Madisonville 18 here on WSON.
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind. See them at their new location, 1480 South Green Street.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind. See them at their new location, 1480 South Green Street.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind. See them at their new location, 1480 South Green Street.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 110,000 participants here in Kentucky who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind. See them at their new location, 1480 South Green Street.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
County at 2:30, and then Monday night the boys return home against Lyon County, which should be a good game.
And then Tuesday Webster, and then Friday Uni.
There you go.
What a stretch! And then
2 weeks left in the season. 37-18, and an over and back call as Kanser tried to get it across court to Green. And Lady Colonel just had 3 turnovers in that opening half, an early one here. You mentioned playing Madisonville here tonight. Lady Colonels do have a matchup at Crittenden coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, they got the best player in the region, most likely, and Miss Boone.
Yep, good point.
She scores about 25 a game.
Good player.
She can rebound, she can play defense, she does it all.
There's a nice move underneath by Carney, but she can't finish. Rebounded by Gibson. Up the floor, Kanser kicks out to Gibson. 3 straight away. WB 3 for Brooklyn Gibson. Gibson with 11. Coming in shooting 38% from 3. That's tops on the team, and it's been getting better over the last few weeks.
What we call a quiet 11. So all of a sudden.
40-18. That's kind of the way she does it, Scotty. Team's
Yeah.
leading scorer. Here's a three. Right side goes for Kearney. Kearney just a 29% three-point shooter, but buried that one. They cut the lead back to 19. Henderson 40, Madisonville 21. Green in the right corner had it poked away out of bounds by Sword into the Henderson bench. It'll stay with Henderson. Green to Kanzler. Now Kemp straight away for Anna. Gives it up to Rideout. Kanzler on the right baseline, cut off. And Rashaya had it knocked away out of bounds by Nelson here near midcourt. And Lady Colonels will play it in once more. Kanzler bounces it into Green. Italia to Gibson. Deep three left side for Brooklyn. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Bryant. And that was kind of down and out. 40-21. Here's Nelson on the other end. Kicks it right side to Kearney. Now straight out to Sword. Sword between the circles. A left side. Three on the way for Riley. Off the mark, no good. And a rebound into the hands of Rideout for Henderson. Rideout 11-3 tonight.
You know, Green has shot about 3 shots tonight. She's not even attempted a three.
Pass on the inside deflected, but Rideout has it. Now finds Green. There's a three-point try. Good. There you go, Scotty.
Maybe I was a little late saying that, Greg.
Now loose ball on the floor. Gibson and Green top Sword on the arrow to stay with Madisonville. Three-pointers brought to you by a former Colonel, now your local Edward Jones investment advisor, Walker Bruner.
Heating up a little bit. That's 2 threes in this quarter.
43-21 Henderson. And Nelson had it knocked away by Green. Now it's loose on the floor. And good job to get it over to Macy Wright.
Good job not to get a travel call on you.
Bryant backing down, kind of just lost control of it, and it's picked up by Rideout on the baseline.
She's trying to do a one-on-one move. Good defense by Rideout.
Kanzler fires it inside to Gibson. Brooklyn on the left baseline, back to Kanzler. Now Rideout. Left wing, she'll back it out now straight away to Green. Right side to Kemp near her own bench. Anna with it on that right side, puts it on the floor once. Now Rideout, three straight away. WB three for Allison Rideout, her second three-pointer. Rideout has 14, 46-21. Pass up the floor to Bryant from half court. Now gets it over to Kearney. She fires a three. That one's off no good. Kemp claims a rebound for Henderson.
Well, the Colonels only made 2 threes in the first half. That's all their buckets here in this quarter so far.
And they've pushed the lead to 25, 46-21. Rideout three left side. Allison got another one on senior night. Rideout with 17 points, her third three-pointer. 49-21. Nelson the backcourt, trapped by Green and Gibson. Kanzler comes to help, and they're going to get Kanzler with a foul. Kanzler picks up her first, and the first on Henderson. Special thanks for Taylor Nelson for not coming right over our table. She actually had to jump over Addie Gish, who was set to come in the game. 49-21. Think she could run track, Scotty, be on the hurdles. Inside, Macy Wright puts it up from 6 feet. Strong move for Wright for her first field goal, her third point.
Broke up the 9-0 run. 3 WB threes for the Lady Colonels for that 9-0 run.
With the basketball, kicking it out is Gish, a three from the corner. That one is off no good. Rebounded by Wright as Gibson went over her back. Foul on Gibson. Brooklyn picks up her second and the team second. 49-23 Lady Colonels, 3:35 left in the third. And here's a steal by Gibson. Brooklyn all alone on the other end, lays it up and in.
The Lady Colonels showing a little bit of a zone 1-2-2 trap, something they don't play very often. Mixing it up a little bit, Coach. Hale.
3:08 left here in the third. Nelson tried to dump it inside, deflected by Gibson, picked up by Rado on the baseline. Another Henderson steal. It is 18 turnovers now for Madisonville. Green tried to dump it inside to Gibson, and it's out of bounds.
She thought Gibson was going to be wide open, and all of a sudden the defender got there, and she was like, oh, no.
Kanzler in, Kemp out for Henderson. .250 to play here in the third. 51-23 Henderson. Sword inside to right. Now kicks it to Nelson. Back to Sword on the left side. Riley Sword working on Gibson. Now comes middle of the floor. Over to Wright. And Wright, tough shot on right. Out goes. Is from the right wing. Got to the left side of the lane. Put it up and in. Macy Wright with 5. With the basketball, Green, 15-footer right of the lane, no good. Got her own rebound after it was kept alive. Now Kanzler, a 3 on the way. That one's no good. And a rebound out of bounds, last touch by Henderson.
Kanzler just can't find it. She's 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, Rashaya was 25% from 3 this season. She shot near 40% last year.
And after tonight, it's probably going to be down to 23.5. Like to see one of them fall tonight.
With the basketball, Nelson driving, and it's deflected out of bounds by Kanzler. It'll stay with Madisonville. Inbounds comes into Nelson. Nelson to the rack, lays it up. Couldn't finish, no good. Rebounded by Gish for Henderson. Gish at the high post off the Green on the right side. Italia will fire the 3. It's short, no good. And a rebound into the hands of Carney.
Too deep.
Off to Taylor. Sword in the left corner, had it knocked away out of bounds by Gish. It'll stay with Madisonville with 1:13 to play in the third. And Henderson leading 51-25. And a foul inside on Henderson as they got it into Bryant. Bryant will have a couple free throws as Henderson County's Locker hit with a foul. Bailey Bryant, a couple points off the bench tonight, sinks the free throw. 5'11" senior. And she got them both. 4 for Bryant. Right out to Gish. 3 for Addy. Left her open. No good. And a rebound into the hands of Carney. Under a minute to play here in the third. 51-27. Right off the Sword. Inside with the basketball, Bryant. Gish picks up her. Bryant, tough shot, no good. Air ball. Rebounded, though, underneath by Carney, and she's found going back up. Carney will head to the line for 2. Free throw in for Sanaya Carney. 4 points for her. All of them here in the second period. The second one off the back rim. It's off, no good. And it hit off the support. And that goes to the Lady Colonels. (51-28). Lady Colonels with the lead. Final 25 seconds here of the third quarter. Right out. Fakes a deep 3. Now in the game, Isaiah Hall for the first time.
Need one shot here, get the arrow start of the fourth.
Green with it out near the jump circle with 10 seconds. Bumped by Sword. Now fires a long two. No good. And a rebound is out of bounds to Henderson. Lady Colonels will have it in 5 seconds.
Yeah, lucky there. That was too early to take a shot unless it was a wide open layup.
Gish to play it in, baseline right. Kanzler, wide open three, left corner. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Bryant. And that is the end of the third quarter. After three, Henderson County 51, Madisonville 28. We're back after this from ATA here on WSON.
When I was asked to join Owensboro Health's board, it felt like a calling. As a board member, I am a voice to the voiceless, bringing their concerns to the table to ensure continuous excellence. You're treated like family, with connection, compassion, and trusted care from neighbors who truly care. I am proud to help ensure that every voice is heard and every patient receives the care they deserve.
It can happen when you least expect it. You're involved in an accident and you need help. Look no further than Hargis Collision. Hargis welcomes all insurance providers. They are ICAR certified and have the equipment needed to get your vehicle back to OEM specification. To the Hargis team, your vehicle is treated like a person, not a number. Hargis Collision, keeping your family's safety in mind.
As Green had it poked away momentarily by Wright. Green gets it back inside to Rideout, and she's fouled on the floor. First foul against Madisonville here in this final period, and it's whistled against Nelson, her first.
Second against them for the game. Of course, just 7 on the Lady Colonels. Not bringing me fouls at all.
Kemp, left elbow for Henderson. Kick out to Green. 3 for Italia. Is short, no good, but Kemp has a rebound. Finds Hall. Isaiah puts it up and in off the glass for the Farmers Bank shot. Farmers Bank thinks long term. Always have, always will. See how that makes all the difference at Farmers Bank, 1555 South Green Street in Henderson. First points for Hall.
Oh, boy.
3, Sword, left side, no good. Rebounded by Bryant. Kicks it back out to Sword. Macy Wright on the right wing. Fakes the 3. Cut off at the free throw line. Back it down on Rideout. And puts it up from 6 feet. Good. Sophomore Wright was 7 for Madisonville. (53-30) Lady Colonels. Here's Kanzler. It's a screen from Kemp. Bounces to Rideout. Now Kemp on the perimeter. Off to Isaiah Hall. Left side. Hall straight away. Gives it up to Rideout. Right side to Kanzler. We're shy of one bounce. Back into Rideout. Turns from 8 feet. Shot no good. A little short. Rebound last touch by Madisonville to stay with the Lady Colonels. Bryant checks out for Madisonville as Sadie Kirk into the game for the first time for the Maroons. Inside Gibson. Kick out to Kanzler. Now right on the baseline. Kemp a 3 straight away. That one's off, no good. And Gibson went over the back of Kearney. And Gibson picks up her 3rd foul, the first here on Henderson here in this 4th quarter. Sword on the right side, now straight away off to Macy Wright. Macy driving left side on Kemp to the baseline. Nice little turnaround move, but it won't go, a little strong. Rebound tracked down by Rideout for Henderson. Kemp on the right wing with just under 6 minutes to go in the 4th. 53-30 Henderson. Cancer straight away to right out. Out front, Gibson will fire a three. It's off the back rim, no good. And a rebound into the hands of Macy Wright. Wright up the floor to Sword. Sword flips it up and hit underneath the basket, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound, I think.
She was worried about the contact.
It is on Kanzler.
She just threw one up at her.
Sword to play it in. Out front it comes to Nelson. Hands it back to Sword with 5:20 left in the ball game. Now a deep three out front, no good. And rebounded by Gibson for Henderson. Brooklyn 13.7 rebounds tonight. Dish on the baseline to right out. Now Gibson right wing near her own bench. Straight away back to right out. Three for Allison. Good, nothing but net. Right out with 20 tonight. Her fourth three-pointer. Allison coming in shooting 33%, but she's been real good from three tonight. 56-30. Lady Colonels out to their biggest lead. Taylor Nelson on the right wing, now backs it out a bit, closer to half court. Now looking to go, has it left of the lane, kicks it to Sword on the perimeter. Riley top of the key, guarded by Gish. And hands it off left side to Kirk, Sadie Kirk. Now gets it to, Nelson, who's fouled by Gish. Gish picks up her first, the third against Henderson. Bryant returns for Madisonville as Kirk checks out. (56-30) Lady Colonels. Sword with the basketball, hands it off to Bryant out on the perimeter. Bryant now dribbles to the high post, now trying to back down on Kemp. Turns, faces, bounces to Macy Wright, cut off in the corner. Now on the sideline for Wright, back to Bryant into that left corner. Bryant backing down, and a whistle and a foul called on Kemp.
Wow, let her get away with the travel there, big time.
Bryant with a couple free throws. 2 of 2 from the line tonight for Bailey Bryant. She has 4 points, 4 boards off the bench. Free throw off the back rim, no good. Right out of the game as Hall checks in. Gets a hug from Coach Stephen Hale. It was kind of right out who spearheaded, Scotty, the coaches dressing up tonight. And Stephen said, well, we definitely will. And then I think Rideout didn't believe him, and they did. They all dressed up for the seniors on senior night.
It was Rideout that also got Danny Perkins in a blue UK shirt.
Yes.
On a bet about the UK game. Danny, a big Tennessee fan.
Rideout was going to have to be in orange, but the Cats saved her. Great play by Gish inside of Kemp. Couldn't finish. Really nice pass and a rebound into the hands of Carney. Danny did remind her there is another Tennessee-UK game left on the schedule. I'm assuming the same stakes.
That's at home, though.
56-31, it is. And
legal
screen, yep. Legal screen out on Bryant. Her first. One of the seniors coming off the floor, getting a nice applause. Kanzer is the only one out there at the moment. Shia bounces to Gibson. Now to Hall. Locker fakes the three. Janiyah over in the corner. Kanzer a three on the way. There it is. Rashia Kanzer, the senior, has some points.
Need to make
on
one.
Senior night.
On senior night. All 8 Lady Colonels that have played have scored.
59-31 Henderson. 2:50 left in the game. Sword on the other end, a three. Good. Riley Sword with 11. Her third three tonight. Gish try to fire it down low from half court into Kanzer. Then Kanzer kind of turned her ankle. She's hobbling off. She's going to have to come off.
Yeah, she's
Kanzer kind of hobbling around.
Oh, no.
59-34. And a little fadeaway jumper rolls off, no good for Sword, rebounded by Gardner for Henderson. Jersey Gardner just into the ball game, and now a foul at midcourt or a timeout. We'll keep it right here. They're just going to get in some subs. Yep, Burnett and Melvin into the game. And I think Coach Duval would like the 30 seconds, though, but we'll still keep it right here. Is 59-34 your score on that Henderson timeout. That'll give us a moment to tell you our game tonight being presented by ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory. Trade the headache of trying to do everything by yourself for the relief and confidence of working with an expert. For more details, visit ATA CPAs and ATA Advisory in downtown Henderson or go online to atacpa.net. ATA, Business Amplified. 2:15 remaining in this one, 59-34 Henderson. Locker to Burnett. Maggie Melvin also in there. Hall, Gardner, and Melvin. 59-34. Locker to Melvin straight away. Left side to Hall. Isaiah fakes the three. Now bounces back to Burnett out on the perimeter. Now Gardner in front of the Henderson bench. Down low to Burnett. Turns, puts it off the glass and in.
Atta girl. Nice pass, entry pass there. Burnett can put her in. Yep. Soft hands.
Callie's first points tonight. 61-34 Henderson. Sword hands it off to Nelson. Deep three. No good. Rebounded by Hall for Henderson. Minute 25 remaining. And Gardner threw it away, trying to get it to Melvin. Intercepted by Macy Wright. Over to Nelson. Now Riley Sword, left side for her. Hands it off to Nelson. Nelson driving right side, a little floater, no good from 10. Rebounded by Melvin, saves it in to Hall. Isaiah, left side to Gardner, steps into a three. It's off, no good. Rebounded by Melvin, puts it back up, it won't go. And it's cleared off by Wright.
Good start.
Stolen away by Gardner, though, at midcourt. Gardner with the steal. Bounce it to Locker. Jania's three in the corner. Good. WB three for Locker. Locker's second three of the game. Henderson by 30 with 30 seconds left.
And they're doing this with the JV kids in there, right? I like it.
Sword a three on the other end. Banked in a three. Sword's fourth three of the night. She has 14. 64-37 Henderson. Final seconds here. Hall will dribble it out, and the Lady Colonels will get a win over Madisonville. The final score, 64-37. Stay tuned for the post-game show. It's the Colonels After Action Report. We'll catch up with Allison Rideout, who had 20 points tonight. Also hear from the head coach, Stephen Hale, and have the scoreboard show for you. Once again, your final score, Henderson County Lady Colonels 64, Madisonville Maroons 37. For Scott Stone, I'm Greg Busby. So long for just a while here on WSON.